Good practice in your mind?
At times I saw some good things early. We came out and warmed up a little bit, did some board drills, and then went on offense right away there on team. And did some really good things. We're in sync, looked sharp. And then there at the end of practice, we did a little third down scrimmage, 5 plays each for 1s, 2s, and 3s. And, didn't look as good. I would expect the defense to win most third down situations. The encouraging thing is the one defense didn't have a pass completed on them, so that's a good thing. Gave up 2 first downs out of 5, so that's progress there. Number 2 offense had a little bit of success, and number 3 defense had some success there. So, got to continue to emphasize third down. That's something we got to get better at.
First day in full pads, is that music to your ears, Coach, to hear that cracking?
You know what? I enjoy watching these guys run and try to tackle. We have a challenge every day. Every time we get out here on this football field, all these running backs can run. I mean, it's very clear. And I always tell our defense, if we can tackle these guys in open space, you're going to be able to tackle about anybody in the league.
Can a strong practice in your first day of full pads, can that set the tone for the rest of the month, Coach?
Well, I wouldn't say it was strong. I mean, I think it was progress, but there's some things, as a coach, you always want to see better, and I want to eliminate some of those penalties before and after the whistle, jumping on the sides and those kind of things. But, we're a work in progress. We're by no means a finished product. It's still early. Saturday's going to be a big day for us. We're going to tee it up Saturday. We're going to go about 200-plus plays, so we're going to be out here. Bring your son blood.
A couple guys were talking to John Sasson, I think, in Obina. What do you expect from those guys now that they're seniors?
You know what? Obina is really a unique story. A lot of people don't realize this. I mean, he was a kid that was here on campus, and he was just going to school. And Dan Kopp was over doing breakfast check for football. This is obviously prior to me being here. He saw him walking through the Teal College. He said, "Hey, you play football?" I said, "No. Never played football." So here we are. So that's one of Dan Kopp's best recruits. I said, if he gets a chance to play in the NFL, he might put you in his book. I mean, think about that. Dan Kopp, the recruiter, football operations. But it was a good pickup by Dan, and maybe Dan's got a special eye for talent. And John has had obviously a good summer, and he's a guy that returns with a lot of experience there. And we're still trying to identify leaders on defense. I want some guys that are going to step up. When the heat's on or adversity's setting in, start grabbing somebody by the shirt and say, "Let's go, let's get this thing done." And I'm tired of doing that as a coach. You know what I mean? I really am.
A couple new guys, Stubbs and Zaborski. Stubbs had a fumble, I think, today. But
yeah, he got. That fumble was actually probably the guy pitching it to him's fault. You're supposed to just loft it in the air because you have 2 players running full speed opposite directions. You're supposed to just loft it. So that's a freshman pitching the ball to another freshman. So we'll have to work on that. But if we get the ball to Stubbs securely, I can assure you that it'll go pretty far. So, and then Zaborski, obviously a local product there at Fitch, and we've been playing him in some defensive end, a little bit inside. So those guys have been, trying to get their feel. And it's always tough on these freshmen. They come in, they're stars in high school, and now they're getting limited reps and getting limited action. So it's a little bit of a process for them. But I tell them their time will come.
Coach, when you say you're tired of doing that, are you looking for these guys to motivate themselves rather than you and the coaching staff motivating them?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it. This is your ball club. It's your team. I mean, I can yell all the time, but I mean, at some point you gotta do it. And I think I see some guys that have the qualities. It's just like we gotta continue to bring it out of them. And I think, sometimes you got to teach them how a little bit. Kids aren't as assertive today. Across the board, I don't think kids are as assertive today as you ideally like them to be.